Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 6th episode of the GM Show, the Diversity BW Hotelier GM Show Series, Season 3. I'm in Bangalore today, and I have a great set of 6 general managers over here. I shall soon introduce them. But let me tell you a bit about the show. The Diversity BW Hotelier GM Show Series is well into its 3rd season. We've been logging and clocking some amazing numbers. And if you were to go by the content, some great content. Each general manager showcases his or her hotel and business in amazing style and in the best way possible. And this show is a great learning for all the wannabe hoteliers who are looking to carve a career out of this industry. The topic for today, for the 6th episode, is balancing local and global aspirations in Bangalore's hospitality. Without much ado, let me bring in the first general manager of the evening, JAIKANT, SHROFF, who's the general manager of the Taj MG Road in Bangalore. Welcome to the show, JAIKANT.
Good evening, Mr. Khanna. Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here.
The honor is ours, JAIKANT. Thank you for gracing the show and for your time, sir. Next in is AMANDEEP KAUR. She's the general manager of the rather well-appointed ITC Gardenia. Welcome to the show, Aman, as I call you always.
Good evening, Mr. Khanna. It's always a pleasure to be on your show. Thank you so much for having me. I think it's such an honor, and we're looking forward to have this beautiful evening with you.
Thank you, Aman. The honor is ours, truly ours. Next in is VIRENDER, who's the general manager of the LEELA Bhartiya City in Bangalore. Welcome to the show, VIRENDER.
Good evening and namaste. It's always a pleasure to be part of your show and have meaningful discussions. And
thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Means
a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. JAIDEV DUTTA is the next general manager who's in. He's the general manager of the Holiday Inn Bengaluru Racecourse. Welcome to the show, JAIDEV. JAIDEV.
Thank you, Mr. Khanna, and good evening, everybody. Mr. Khanna, it's an honor to be a part of your show, and congratulations on 10 years of BW Hoteliers.
Thank you so much, JAIDEV. Yes, we've completed 10 years. What a way to do it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next in is KADAMBARI TALWAR. She's the general manager of the COURTYARD by MARRIOTT BENGALURU HEBBAL. Welcome to the show, KADAMBARI.
Good evening, Mr. Khanna. Thank you so much for having me on this show. It's really, really nice to be here. And congratulations on completing a decade. It's fantastic.
Thank you. Welcome to the show, KADAMBARI.
Thank you.
Last but not the least, SHYAM KUMAR. He's the comeback kid. He was in Bangalore. He went across to Agra. Now he's back in Bangalore. He's the general manager of the DoubleTree by HILTON, Bengaluru, Whitefield. Welcome to the show, Shyam.
Good evening, Mr. Khanna. Thank you so much for having me on the show. And good evening to fellow general managers and the viewers. Very happy New Year. And congrats Mr. Khanna, for 10 years of BW Hotelier.
Thank you. And that means a lot for my colleagues and myself. And thank you all for supporting us and for putting us where we are. All right. These ladies and gentlemen who are heading such amazing businesses, between them, they manage thousands of crores worth of assets. Yes, thousands of crores worth of assets. These are amazing businesses and not very easy to run, but great fun to run. If I was to tell you that, please watch out. Please follow each one of them. Hear every word they say. Follow them on social media on how they manage these businesses. And they generate employment for hundreds and thousands of people, both direct and indirect. I always maintain running a hotel is like sailing a sea-going large cruise ship. You sail it every day, you make money every day, and make it worthy for the investments that your owners have put in and the brand that your operators have affixed. All right. So without much ado, let me get rolling with the first question to the senior most hotelier over here. Well, one amongst the two most senior, JAIKANT SHROFF. JAIKANT, may I begin with you, sir?
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure.
All right. JAIKANT, tell me, you know, I have amazing memories of this hotel. My first posting to Bangalore was 4th of September 1998, right? And I happened to be there. So this hotel has a lot of heritage behind it. Tell me, local heritage and brand identity. How does Taj MG Road blend the iconic Taj brand with Bengaluru's rich local culture with its great guest offerings?
Thank you very much.
Where the action is, the MG Road.
Thank you, sir. So let me first introduce Taj MG Road. Taj MG Road is a very iconic Taj hotel. It started in 1983, so we have completed 40 plus years. When I joined Taj in 90s, there were only 20-25 hotels. Now we have more than 200. And Taj MG Road was one, and every new joinee used to look up to Taj MG Road. This was a truly iconic hotel. This was the first hotel which won the TBM award, which is, you know, our excellence award in the Tata Group. So coming to the local inclusion of flavors in Taj MG Road, the biggest example of this is that microbrewery that we opened. This was conceived and conceptualized by our managing director and CEO, Mr. Puneet Chatwal, because it was there. The work started before I joined. So Bengaluru, as we know, is the land of microbrewery and craft beer. And this was a very, very important decision that to house a microbrewery in a 5-star hotel. There are not many, not only in Bangalore, but outside Bangalore also. There are very few of such microbreweries. And we started this, and it has been a very, very successful thing. And I'm sure many general managers who are on this call would testify this, that it's a very, very good place. Before this, there was a pub called Ice there, and it used to also do well. But Seven Rivers does 4 or 5 times more than what Ice does. And it is typical Bengaluru thing. And even the cuisine that we offer in Seven Rivers and otherwise also, all are offering. In Seven Rivers especially, there is a lot of Coorgi food, which showcases Coorg and Karnataka and Bengaluru in a very, very good light. Apart from that, if you see our buffets or any other culinary offering, there's a lot of inclusion of local food, so that the people who are coming, whether they are domestic traveler or international traveler, they get a lot of local flavors, and they do not leave our hotel in Bengaluru without sampling the great Karnataka cuisine. Apart from this, if you ask me, then we as a policy of the Taj, we have a morning and an evening ritual. So in the evening ritual and the morning ritual, what we have included a lot of Karnataka and Bengaluru flavors. So for example, in the evening rituals, when we finish the the aarti and we light the lamp, and after that we serve Coorg coffee. So Coorg is a very inherent part of Karnataka, and to all the guests who are assembling at that time or coming back from work at around 6:30 in the evening, we offer hot Coorg coffee to showcase Karnataka. Apart from that, for departure gifts, which is again brand standard of the Taj, we use Channapatnam toys to showcase the art and craft of our beloved state. Then because it's an old hotel, then we have a lot of cooks who have been working in our hotel for many years and who are expert in Karnataka cuisine and in banquets or in restaurants. Because these are very expert hands, we are very, very proud of them, and we showcase them always as and when we get opportunity to showcase them and to showcase their culinary expertise. We also have a lot of local staff who have been working with our Taj MG Road for many, many years. Many of them have already completed 25 plus years. And with them, with their personality, they bring the local flavors of Bengaluru, whether it is in conversation or whether telling our international or national guests that what are the important places that they should not miss out when they are visiting Bangalore. So there are many initiatives, and we are constantly in lookout to include the flavors of Bengaluru and Karnataka in our offerings. daily. And we closely listen to especially the guests who's come and stay with us during staycations on weekends. And if there is anything that comes up, like for a Channapatnam toy, this was a guest voice which we heard and which we implemented. And because this is also a support to the local artisan. So that is why we implemented this. So there are many things that we do to bring out the local flavor of Bengaluru as well as Karnataka in our service offerings. I hope I have answered the question.
Yeah, or you more than answered. You know, how do we reinvent ourselves every day? It's like, let me take this example. Maybe, you know, it's like a father whose daughter's getting married. It's once in a lifetime. He may have 2 daughters, it's twice in a lifetime. You do this multiple times every day. You know, so there's a marriage, there's a party, there's something happening. So you guys have to really put up your best act and get the team organized and reinvent yourself every day. So kudos to you. Thank you, JAIKANT.
Thank you, sir.
I tell you, I've seen JAIKANT in action. Completely clued on. Each general manager is clued on, but I've seen him in action because I've been there so many times. Thank you so much. So now let me move in with the next question. Aman, if I may come in with you, right? Tell me, responsible luxury in Bangalore's urban landscape. ITC Gardenia epitomizes responsible luxury. So I am saying responsible luxury, not just luxury. How do you tailor this philosophy to resonate with the dynamic and cosmopolitan character of Bangalore?
Thank you so much, Mr. Khanna, for giving me this question, because we at ITC Hotels love to talk about ITC, responsible luxury. It's in our DNA. It's how we think about anything when we do in the hotels. But before that, if I talk about ITC Hotels, I would want to talk about a little bit about Bangalore as a city, you know, which we now, at least all my fellow panelists, call a home now, and maybe we are reason of envy to some because of the climate that we have and the good business, good footfalls, we have. So yes, let me talk about that city first. I think the Bangalore has transformed beautifully. I think it's a tale of resilience, adaptability, complexity, and yet, you know, the historical soul persists in the bustling markets, the heritage sites, age-old traditions are there. I think it's a perfect anthropology where you have a beautiful gardens, where you have lakes, you have heritage sites, and yet it's called the Silicon Valley of India. It has you know, and not only IT sector, it has aerospace industry thriving, automobiles, EV industries, central government offices, research centers are here, and the city is really thriving on a lot of things. And you know, that means we have to meet a lot of such aspirations. Coming on to ITC Hotels, you know, whenever I've been with ITC Hotels for over 20 years plus now, and we know for a fact that when we do ITC Hotels anywhere, as in during conceptual stage only, there are 2 things which really matters to us. Each of our hotels are very distinctive, has its own character, and you know, what we take the inspiration is to take the inspiration from the local heritage, the local, what that city stands for, and of course the sustainability, which can't be taken away from us. There's sustainability at the back of our mind. So back then, when you know, when the luxury, the hotels were only related to the probably the indulgence, we probably, world was still thinking that where this sustainability you know, it comes into picture. That is when, you know, ITC Hotels bring this word forward called responsible luxury, where we said, you enjoy the luxury, we take the responsibility. And with that, we, you know, I must tell you, the responsible luxury as a term, as a philosophy for the hotel started with this, for ITC Hotels, started with this very hotel, which is ITC Gardenia, where we were conferred the highest ranking in green building by by US GBC, and we are proud to say that 99% of our energy needs are fulfilled by the renewable resources. And apart from that, of course, the back-end infrastructure that has been built into the hotel ensures that we comply to that. We didn't even stop at LEED Platinum certification. We went ahead and became the world's third hotel to be the net zero carbon certified, and other 2 first and second also being the ITC Hotels. 2019, we opened one of its lobby, which is an air-cooled lobby, which creates like a wind tunnel kind of a system, where you have you can enjoy the breeze throughout the year. It's not air conditioned. Back then we conceptualized the vertical gardens, which goes from floor to ceiling, and that was like kind of our tribute to the garden city, what we were trying to do here. And we said that we are going to forward to green, back to nature is our tagline for ITC Gardenia. And and of course the technology, we accelerated in upping our game with technology. That somebody also mentioned, that it's not the need, it's something which is mandatorily required to upkeep. So so basically, to summarize, and of course I didn't touch about my culinary offerings, which we, with every meals we offer the local cuisine. We try to imbibe the local, we call it a local love, where every meal and guests traveling from anywhere is able to experience the local love, the local cuisine, the local ingredients of the region of Bengaluru. Now, summarizing and coming to the question that you asked about responsible luxury in Bengaluru's urban landscape. So, as I mentioned, that overall city that boasts of a very rich heritage, inspires technology, innovation, startups. It's aspirational for a lot of investors now. The guests are very discerning. The travelers are very discerning now. They are planet conscious. They want to indulge, but they want to also be very, very, they want to stay guilt-free. So we as an ITC Hotels are not only meeting, but exceeding their aspirations in this regards, where we also now give them a certification where we summarize the carbon footprints that their stay has incurred. In our case, since we are already LEED Zero Carbon certified, they actually get a certificate that your stay at ITC Hotels has not left any carbon footprints. So that is how we are not meeting but exceeding the aspirations of the urban landscape of Bengaluru. I hope that answers your questions, Mr. Khanna.
More than answers, Aman, I've experienced the ITC Gardenia, yes. What you're telling me is absolutely correct. Yeah. So when it comes to sustainability and food, ITC hotels are right up there. Thank you so much. I'll just take a short drive away to the airport road and get across to Virender. Virender, tell me, you're sitting in a catchment which is slightly removed from Bangalore, but with a lot of action. You've created your own little niche out there. If I was to ask you about luxury in an integrated ecosystem, how does being part of the Bhartiya city influence the Leela's approach to luxury and guest engagement?
Thank you very much for giving me this chance. First, to give you a little bit of a brief about Leela at the Bhartiya city. We are no more in the suburbs of the city. Now we are part of the city. As you know, that North Bangalore is one of the most growing areas in the country. And we are part of the city. We are part of 150-acre mixed-use development, where we have almost more than 5,500 apartments where people are staying, the families are staying. We have an IT park, which in itself is an ecosystem and fuels business into our hotel. We have a mall, we have an international school, and acres of green spaces which are used by our guests. So in a way, I will say we have one of the most sustainable developments in this country, where most of the people walk to shop, walk to work, and walk to entertain themselves. So that way, a lot of carbon footprints are being saved, and that way we get into the ecosystem of Bangalore. Bangalore is known for great weather, and we offer those kind of experiences to our guests. Coming back to your question, how our approach is to the luxury and guest engagement, and how the ecosystem of Bhartiya city is being integrated into that. I think yesterday or day before yesterday only, I was reading one statement from Nokia CEO, where he has sent one internal wake-up memo. He says, our competitors are not taking our market share with device. They are taking our market share with an entire ecosystem. So the luxury ecosystem, which is being captained by the brand LEELA at the Bhartiya city, is a confederation of partners who have been assembled by us, and we have united all our goals over a long term by a shared vision. So we are effectively the gravitational center, and we orchestrate many of our partners' actions and works to build and maintain trust. Partner in our case is Bhartiya Urban Limited, who own and manage this whole city. Their collaboration with us has a very holistic approach, and as you know, that we are part of Brookfield. LEELA is part of Brookfield. So lot of worldwide best practices on sustainability are shared with the brand LEELA, and brand LEELA in itself shares those partners, shares those practices with the business partners. And we have made BUPL invest in renewable energy to power this 150-acre mixed-use township. 58 to 60% of our power consumption is through renewable resources. Our guest pickups and drops within the Bhartiya city, as I told you, we have an IT park inside where all leading brands like IBM, Maersk, and Takeda has just opened yesterday only are there. So all our guests are given office pickup and drop. That way we are taking care of the environment. We have the owners have also invested in electric cars for airport pickups, drops. So we are practicing sustainable processes in today's luxury world. Our whole city, this 150-acre, is a zero waste, water positive, and carbon positive. And this kind of validated approach is helping us to sell our services effectively. Just last year, I was during my sales call in Gurgaon. Most of the big four companies are saying, listen, boss, I want to do business with you only if you are taking care of an environment. These days, a great room, the expensive room, public areas, and beautiful restaurants are a given thing with the brand. So that is no more a differentiator in today's world, but taking care of environment is. So that way, I would say that we have effectively integrated our brand ethos with the Bhartiya city, who are the owners of the complex.
Thank you, Virender. That's very useful. I've seen it. I've been to the Bhartiya city. Yes, it's a captive catchment, where the entire ecosystem feeds into each other. Thank you so much.
And we are closer to the airport, so again, we do not add many carbon footprints to the.
Good to be away from the heart of the city. Jaidev, now, while it's good to be away from the heart of the city, let me come right into the heart of the city with you. You're where the race course is, you're where the actual traffic is, where the footfalls are huge. Tell me, appealing to the millennials and Gen Z, how does Holiday in Bengaluru Racecourse cater to younger travelers while staying true to its brand ethos?
Well, Mr. Khanna, I think that's a great question in relation to my brand, Holiday Inn. What's our brand statement is the brighter side of travel, which is particularly targeted towards the younger traveler, the millennials and Gen Z. Holiday Inn is not a new brand. We are a part of a global major called IHG Hotels, which has over 6,400 hotels globally present in 100 countries with 19 brands across the landscape. But the majority of it, as we call the mainstream brand, the Holiday Inn family, which comprises of the Holiday Inn Resorts, and Holiday Inn Expresses. Different depending on what geographies they operate. Holiday Inn Resorts can be mid-scale to upscale full-service hotels. Holiday Inn Expresses are our new brand, which is a smart select service hotels, and that's the fastest growing brand across globally. These are approximately 4,500. Imagine the sheer volume of the hotels, which is present practically in every capital, every city, every country. There's a huge appeal. I mean, the brand Holiday Inn resonates with a hotel which can offer you a certain degree of quality, a certain degree of assurance. That's what the brand stands for. as I did mention that we are not a new brand, but we have evolved. We have evolved, and we have realized that we have evolved to cater to the needs of Gen Z and millennials, and which is our latest brand statement, the brightest side of travel reflects. We being a part of the IHG family, we deeply imbibe our brand philosophy and balance it out with our local culture and needs to cater to our young travelers. Some of the features which we have adopted at our hotel is we are a very, very tech-savvy hotel. You did mention that we are at the heart of the city. Being tech-savvy means offer seamless digital experiences, great Wi-Fi, completely touch-free F&B experiences. When we talk about F&B experiences, we normally speak about QR codes menu, but we have taken it a notch above. We actually have app-based ordering in our in-room dinings. To be very honest, this was more of a need-based thing where we realized, Holiday Inn as a brand is very efficient in terms of money, and we are a large hotel. We realized that we were getting a lot of orders in in-room dining, so we introduced a app-based ordering system which integrates with our POS. So as a guest, you can customize, choose your own order, and track your own order. So it's completely there is no manual interaction, there is no manual intervention. So it works well for the guests and the hotel as well. As a brand in IHG, we adopt a system called IHG Connect, which is, I think, a leading system in the world. It offers fabulous, phenomenal Wi-Fi with the latest technology. As a guest, once you check into any one of the IHG hotels and log into a Wi-Fi system, you automatically get connected wherever globally you check in. You don't need to log in again. This is some of the tech features we offer. See, again, we are a very bright, we are a very colorful brand, which makes us very, very smart in terms of creating social media friendly spaces. We have some great spaces at our hotel also. We have created some very colorful, ergonomic, comfortable spaces where our travelers, business travelers can work leisurely. So when they work, they work business, but they work at a leisurely space. That's what the colorful spaces are meant for. We have a great deal of F&B at our hotel as well. We have multiple restaurants, and we have a very, very evolved F&B. We cater to a global audience. Which means our F&B offerings include global as well as local choices. But what we do at our hotel is we make a very conscious effort to make our food not only taste good but look good also. We have a phenomenal where we make our food Instagrammable, which encourages our millennials and Gen Zs to click pictures and post in social media. We have a restaurant called Glass Kitchen and Bar, which particularly excels in making food Instagrammable.
Okay, now let me just come in over here. We're heading into the halfway stage. But thank you, Jaidev. That's very valuable for the millennials and Gen Z. I have to come and check out your hotel. I'm guilty of not being there.
Please
but
do that.
Soon, God willing. Kadambari, let me just circle into you. Tell me, you're where the action is, HEBBAL. I mean, Bangalore, every place the action is there. But HEBBAL is where the ORR meets the airport road. You're just about the busiest part of the city. So tell me a bit about delivering premier experiences in an upscale segment. You've got the commercial hub, you've got the residential hub. They're all almost next to each other, shoulder to shoulder. How does the Courtyard by Marriott position itself as a strong contender in a competitive market like Bangalore? Your comp set over there is also fairly busy.
Absolutely. And thank you very much for the question, Mr. Khanna. I wouldn't have loved any other question more, but I think it's given me the opportunity to be a little boastful about what we've achieved in 2024. It's actually been a very spectacular year. HEBBAL, as we all know it, is a busy place, right? We've got the Manyata right in front, which is a huge catchment area, but we also have a lot of our competition, which is housed right over there, which is luxury hotels. When the Courtyard HEBBAL came in, it was a sole player in this area. And we obviously had monopoly. We had the first movers advantage. Over a period of time, we realized that we've got a lot of competition that's coming. Now, with the competition coming in, we also realized that we needed to think a little differently. And we did think differently. In 2024, we ended the year by being ranked number 6 in TripAdvisor out of the 1,000+ hotels over here that are rated in TripAdvisor. We also are number 1 in terms of our guest voice in South Asia. We beat some of our luxury hotels, or actually all of our luxury hotels, to be on the top. We've also got the Diamond Hotel of the Year. Now, if that doesn't make a statement, I don't know what else does. When I say this, I'm very, very proud of what the team and I have achieved. It is not because of what we've achieved, but because we've been able to make a statement. We've been able to go out there and make a difference. Now, every guest who walks into this hotel will vouch for the fact that we're very customer-centric. We have guest loyalty and a guest mindset right at the bottom, sorry, not at the bottom, but at the center of everything that we do. For us, guest experiences are not something that we just talk about, but it is something that we make happen. It could be your birthday and you're away from home, but how do we make it special? We know the trick to that. You could be coming across to see a loved one who you haven't seen in a long time. And what better space than Nazara that you can see at the video? You'd have a perfect setting with stunning views, just be able to catch up. We've got some great chefs who cook up a lot of local fare by virtue of being local. And we've been able to cater and customize to a lot of the preferences that our guests have. Over and above that, I think as a product that we have, we're able to give a lot of value to the customers. We also are known for our food. We're known for our service. So at the end of it all, I think what really matters to be competitive is not just price, but it's the value proposition as well as the service that you put forth. Our guests who come back, they are repeat guests. And we have 75% repeat guests who come back to us. That is a testimony in itself. So I think from the question that you asked, you could be in the busiest of places and still not have business, or you could be in the busiest of places and have a lot of repeat guests. And I think that's what we're very, very proud of. I hope I've answered your question there, sir.
Yeah, you more than answered. I always keep saying, people could go to an Oyo or any other mom and pop hotel and not a branded hotel, right? They come over here for an experience. Experience is the room, the bed, the food, the entire thing, the entire 360 degrees of the hotel. So we might as well up our game, and if we've upped it, we may as well improve. Because otherwise the guest doesn't have to come over here, he can go elsewhere, right? He can very much stay put and ask his maid or domestic help to serve them a good meal, right? So this is where they want to be away from their home, right? Be it a personal travel or a leisure. Thank you so much, Kadambari. Let me come into you, Shyam. I'm sure you've now settled well in the groove in your hotel. So tell me, Whitefield is where the action is right now. How do you balance business with leisure, and how does DoubleTree by Hilton in Whitefield cater to the dual market of corporate and leisure travelers?
Mr. Khanna, good evening. And DoubleTree by Hilton Whitefield, the property I have joined recently a month and a half ago, is very conveniently located between tech parks. And most of us know, corporate hotels and city hotels, the success mantra always goes with location, location, location. That has been a success mantra for all of us hoteliers. You have the best of the products in a wrong location, it doesn't go right. So the location of the hotel is such that it is equidistant to Whitefield, which is about 3-4 kilometers, which is central Brookfield, and then also about 4-5 kilometers from the outer ring road. So the catchment of corporates is pretty good, with tech parks being in and around the hotel. And the strongest point of DoubleTree by Hilton is, one of the world's best loyalty programs, Hilton Honors. So Hilton Honors becomes our strength, wherein corporate travelers, most of them who travel globally, are into Honors membership, and they use Hilton wherever they want to stay. And then the hotel facilities, which makes you seamless right from arrival to checkout. So the Honors app gives you a facility where you can select the room, you can do an arrival even before you land at the airport. Once you land, you can pre-check in You can get your digital key activated, get into your room, because most of the arrivals are in the night and you don't want to spend so much of time in the lobby. So the entire experience of the corporate traveler becomes seamless and easy. That gives us an advantage to target them. And for leisure, though there is not a big market at Whitefield, to be very honest, for leisure, but what the hotel does is we have a restaurant which is 1882. The concept of the hotel is all around colonial things of Whitefield, which was there in the past. So that helps us, get the cuisine experience. 1882 is a restaurant which is named after the year when Whitefield was given to the Anglo settlers who came to Whitefield. So the history of Whitefield is in the hotel. For a leisure traveler who really wants to experience what was Whitefield, you should come and stay in my hotel, because the lobby is colonial and English. And then the restaurant cuisine, the Anglo-Indian food, then you have an infinity pool on the rooftop. And more than that, the brand pillars of DoubleTree help you enjoy, because Ritual Hub is one of the strongest brand pillar of DoubleTree, which gives a sense of place and a sense of belongingness in evening, where we help our guests to unwind with our team members. So, and the hotel is also very conveniently located to some of the best shopping malls. If somebody wanted to do extended stay kind of staycation, say for example, you're traveling Monday to Thursday and you just don't want to travel back to Gurgaon or Delhi for a weekend, instead of call your family and enjoy Bangalore weather. So that way also the hotel offers a convenient extended staycations. So these are a couple of strategies which we use to attract both corporate and leisure
Guys
travelers.
build stories and go start selling them, right? So you're actually creating platforms and propositions by creating an entire story, and your entire hotel design, the entire offerings are stories, right?
Absolutely.
Look, 1882, or what Kadambari was just speaking about, Nazara, or what Aman was talking about, right? So each one of you has got a story. So yeah, great storytelling. So we are at the midway. We're slightly off, but we'll try and recover. So I'll request you all for shorter responses. So we'll try and catch the tail of the show by closing in time. I'll take a 30-second commercial break. Thank you, Diversity. Thank you for your support to the industry. You know, we must really buck up Diversity. They're actually putting their money behind the efforts that BW Hotelier is making by bringing in the GM show season after season. And that means a lot. Thank you again. Let me now come back to you, Jaikant, if I may.
Thank you, sir.
All right, that's your second question. We don't live on a straight line. Life is not very predictable. But tell me, how do you adapt to changing demands? What are the key operational changes you've implemented to meet the evolving preferences of global and domestic travelers? You know, because you're part of the commercial district, you also have the residential district around you, Al-Sur, or the Residency Road, or the various parts, the Tony part of the city. But yeah, a heavy-duty commercial district.
So this is always an evolving thing. So we know that during COVID, everybody had to adapt different ways of working, and post-COVID, we are still carrying on some legacy of that. The hygiene and the cleanliness has become very important. So of course, that is one thing that we have taken forward after COVID also. So that touchless check-in that we were doing during COVID, we have continued with that, and that was very well accepted and is more efficient than paper check-in. So well, now all the check-ins are on iPad. It was a gift of the COVID, but it is a gift. That is why I'm saying it was not a problem of COVID, but it was a gift of the COVID. So we are carrying on with that. And as we, move on in, years, two, three things have become very, very, prominent and important. One is we have spoken about this one, but of course it is very relevant. So I have to speak about it. Is customized experience. So different people, come on different days. Like our hotel from Monday to Thursday is a corporate hotel, but Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's a vacation hotel. So we get a lot of guests from Bengaluru itself, but also from neighboring states like Tamil Nadu, Kerala, because Bangalore has great weather. So and also we are in this district where there are a lot of shopping areas, and we are very close to Brigade Road and Church Street. So we have to customize our offering on a daily basis and also on a weekly basis. So Monday to Thursday, we have to be very efficient. On Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we have to be extra loving because there are families and there are, kids. So it is a very important training that we do to our staff, that Monday to Saturday or Thursday, you have to behave in a particular way. You probably have to talk less, but you have to deliver very efficiently. But on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because you'll be surrounded with kids and families, you have to be at your most, affectionate personality. You have to showcase your most affectionate personality. So that is one. Thus, and also on customized. So for ladies, Bangalore has a lot of single ladies traveler. So a lot of single the tech, arena is full of single ladies. So, we have to take care of them in a way which, they feel comfortable. So it's a camera in the room and specialized amenities. This is very, very important. And the third pillar is that, the world is asking that, as Virender says, that a good room, a good restaurant is a given. But people are asking that, am I, if I want to stay with you, are you enough? Are you sustainable enough? So we in Taj, we have this thing called Pathya, which is a very, very important, part of our existence and sustainability. So we have introduced glass bottles. It's a war on plastic. All our room amenities are zero plastic. All are made of wood or a sustainable material. So the toothbrush, the comb that we use is made of wood and is of sustainable thing. We are reducing paper usage. As I said, that we are using touchless iPads to check in. So, and again, coming back to the brewery, it is a very, very important. I said that there was a pub before. Now it's a, all week long kind of a very, very nice unwinding place, open to sky, near to the pool. And then we've also included, e-vehicles in our fleet. There are 3 e-vehicles in our hotel and in every Taj hotel, which is a Taj branded hotel. And we've also introduced internet protocol TV. So that means you can see all your Amazon or Netflix very easily staying in Taj MG Road. So we are constantly evolving. We have our ears to the ground. Whatever the guest, says to us, we listen very carefully and implement in the shortest time possible.
So basically adapting and upping your game with changing times.
Absolutely, sir.
Right, and appealing to the widest spectrum of travelers. Amazing. Excellent. And JAIKANT SHROFF is on top of his game. Thank you, JAIKANT. That was a very good response. But tell me, Aman, we just spoke about adapting. We were speaking to Mr. SHROFF about how he has been adapting. And innovation is part of that. Tell me, how, we don't have a situation of a single size fit all. So how do you innovate in guest engagement? What innovative strategies have you implemented to create memorable guest experiences while staying aligned with ITC's values of sustainability and opulence?
I think, Mr. Khanna, you've answered the question yourself by saying that one size doesn't fit all, and that's the strategy. So that's the shortest and the simplest answer. But, of course, the guest experiences and the team experiences, team who works in ITC Gardenia, is at heart of what we do. The common ethos the common legacy that we live by is the warmth. The personalized services and customizing services is the utmost importance. We can leverage technology. Few years back, all of us was just talking about technology and how the circle has come back. People are looking for those customized experiences, the personalized experiences. So we hugely leverage the power of technology, but we focus a lot on the personalized experiences. As Mr. Shroff also mentioned, it is a very evolving subject. We continue to grow, like I earlier mentioned about the local love experiences. Recently, what now Bangalore footfalls we see and what is the demand in the market. We've recently launched our new brand, which is called Katsa, which is refined global experiences. It is all about reimagining the traditional dishes from all across using the culinary innovation, which ITC Hotels is known for. So we keep evolving as per the demand of the guest, as per what the guest is looking for. As you mentioned, I think sometime back, I also mentioned, we don't call our guest relations a guest relation executive. We call them a responsible luxury ambassadors, because a lot of our corporates, lot of our guests now has their KPIs, which talks about which are those hotels, which are your stakeholders, which are your supply chains, and you are dealing with, and how positive or sustainable they are. So this is part of their checklist. So to educate them, to tell them this is how sustainability is weaved into our DNAs, or this how your stay is leading to zero carbon emissions. As I also mentioned earlier, we have this responsible luxury ambassadors who are not only personalizing their experiences but also educating them and enlightening them and making them feel positive about their experience, that it's a negative impact on the environment that your stay has left behind. But most of all, and last to summarize, I mean, my personal belief as a hotelier and how we've been groomed by the ITC Hotels is empowering people. That is what is the best strategy to adopt in an industry which is human to human. We can give an umbrella of a service design to people. But if we have not empowered them to customize to each individual experiences or what they're looking at, then I think we fail in our basics. We fail in our, the whole talk that we are having right now. So I think that's a very simple strategy to adopt, to empower your people and keep your team as well in the center of what you do. So just a quick example before I finish, like such a coincidence that today we're talking. Yesterday, I got two guest mails appreciating experiences that they had a good experience. Both celebrated the birthdays. But when I'm reading it individually, it's just so different. The celebration altogether is such a different experience for both this individual, because somebody in my team made an effort to understand what is the age group, what is the special occasion, what is the date, and customize that whole service design as per them. So it sounded so different, and that's my whole strategy. Very simple, basic, but that's it where it lies. You take care of your people, and somebody also mentioned everything else gets taken care of. Thank
We've
you.
actually got to create ambassadors for our hotel and brand. We've got to build relationships. And you can do that by empathizing with them, being soft with them, being nice with them, by making them feel wanted. So that touch and feel, and that, which actually comes so naturally to we Indians. So thank you, Aman. That's a lot. Now let me just circle in back to you, Virender. We're actually going to be looking for shorter responses. Thank you all. Back to luxury. I keep coming back to luxury. So if one was to talk about global luxury standards, what unique challenges do you face in aligning global luxury standards with the local culture or cultural nuances of Bengaluru?
To be honest enough, one cannot pinpoint any unique challenges which are specific to Bengaluru. Here, cultural nuances are almost nothing. Society and culture is welcoming in nature and embraces all changes wholeheartedly. Otherwise, so many people would not have, neither the settled who have come from different countries and different states of this place would not have settled down in this place. But yes, there are three main areas which are matter of concern and are not helping us to deliver global luxury experiences to our guests. One is traffic and quality of roads. From time immemorial, it has remained as it is, and our assets, premium assets, the experience of the guest is getting jeopardized because the sense of arrival is not there. You have to really negotiate a lot of traffic and bad roads, and by the time you reach to the hotel, no doubt that's a respite for you. But you have really stressed yourself for half an hour, 40 minutes, or 1 hour, whatever the journey time has been. Second is cost of liquor. We are frightfully expensive. A bottle of wine which costs you $10 in Europe, by the time same bottle reaches to you on the table, it's $45. And that somehow hampers our image in today's global village. When they compare it with their country of origin of that liquor, and then see it in our hotels, and our Karnataka is frightfully expensive. Third is human resources. As you must have seen that a lot of locals do not prefer, and I'm sure my other colleagues on this discussion will ratify it. Hotel employment is not the reason for living. It's not preferred employee choice. Preferred employee choice is anything to do with STEM, which is IT related, or medical related, or research related. Due to which, what we have to do is a lot of talent has to be imported from other states, and that somehow is resulting in attrition, and especially for newer hotels, 35 to 45% of we have a new staff here. Every 6 months, 7 months, there is some kind of churn in the front of the house, whether it is F&B or front office, or even for that matter, housekeeping. And that is compromising the guest experience, guest recognition. So I think these are the three nuances which we are facing at this point of time. And I'm sure sooner than later, we'll have a solution to these problems.
Thank you, Virender. Let me now get across to you, Jaidev, with your second question. We've just been speaking about, while Virender has spoken about luxury, Aman just spoke about innovation. Tell me, let's stick to that. And on operational innovation, we have to keep thinking on our feet. Each day we have to reinvent ourselves. How do you do it? What are operational innovations? What operational innovations have helped you manage the dynamic demands of guests in a business-centric yet leisure-oriented city like Bengaluru? It can be very demanding because you've got such a large inflow of international, well-traveled guests, be they NRIs, Indians, or the Westerners.
Second, I think that's a great question, and I'll try to be precise and concise towards my response. See, Holiday Inn Bengaluru Racecourse is a fairly large hotel. In fact, it is the largest inventory of Holiday Inn in the Southwest Asia region. We have a fairly large F&B, multiple restaurants, and a fair bit of banqueting. But yet, I'm very proud to say that in terms of efficiency, probably we are the most efficient hotel, full-service hotel, at least in our brand. We operate with a manning of 0.73 rooms to manning ratio. And in my hotel, we adopt a 5-day-a-week culture, which means all of my associates get 8 weekly offs. And we also are rated pretty well in terms of our all social media rankings, be it TripAdvisor or Google. We are ranked amongst the best, top 10 or maybe even better. This is possible with certain means. We are a young hotel. I think my average age group of my people is about 23, 24 years, which makes things easier and difficult. We don't have much legacy.
And that includes you?
That includes me also. I'm the oldest one. I mean, probably a few more people are older than me at the hotel, but most of them are very, very young people. Again, our workforce comes across the country.
What would be your direct and indirect headcount?
See, we are a 272-room hotel. We operate with a manning of around 202 people, which includes on-roll, off-roll, outsource, everybody. And as I did mention that all our on-roll people, which is about 180, they get 2 weekly offs. All this is possible with some great innovation, great thought process. One thing which we do is that we as a brand, as a hotel, we are part of a brigade-owned portfolio, which is, again, they are very high on technology, innovations, and all those factors. So as a hotel, we are able to balance great tech with human intervention to provide a very seamless service and a defect-free product. That's the key. The product and service has to be great. Our people are well paid. I think our median is better than the market. We take a conscious effort in hiring good people who are highly productive. We realize that particularly post-COVID, when the manning becomes such a huge challenge, we take conscious call of hiring people who are better than the average, because we get productivity. Somebody spoke about well-being. At our hotel, we take well-being very, very seriously. To us, well-being is not only a well-being, mental well-being. We talk about mental well-being, physical well-being, financial well-being. I think that's the key. We pay our people well. We incentivize them for their great work. That helps us.
आपने मेरे को operational excellence innovation का नहीं बताया अभी.
Sir, I'm coming to that. So as I was talking about people and
question fast.
Right, surely. So operational innovation, something which we have done. I was talking about smart tech. I spoke about our F&B in my earlier response. So we adopted something known as a QR code order in our room service. We are a 272 room hotel. We get fairly busy during our evenings because we are a corporate hotel. Everybody comes back and orders. So whereas a guest, there is no intervention of order taker. As a guest, you can this QR code, you take your order, you customize your order, and the order automatically lands up in the kitchen as a POS. So we eliminate the role of order taker, and guests can customize. It is highly customizable and also very, very friendly. In our hotel, we have created very smart F&B spaces, which are modern, which are very, very innovative, where people feel at leisure when they are at business. As a brand, I mean, we have gone completely paperless. There is no paper involved either at check-in, either at checkout. The guest can choose their room attribute-wise, completely seamless experience. In our back-end also, we have completely limited paper processes. Our auditing happens completely paperless. So I would say these are some of the steps which we have taken to innovate and be more efficient.
What do you do about some old fogs who are not tech savvy? You know, they may want the old approach.
No, we as I did mention that as a hotel, we have balanced it out. We have balance between tech and the manual intervention. So we are more than happy to customize. We have a solution for the tech savvy and the non-tech savvy as well.
Chalo. Thank you so much, Jaidev.
Thank you.
Time to now come back to you, Kadambari. Kadambari, let's talk about community engagement. How important is community integration in the Courtyard's operational strategy? And what are some of the unique local initiatives you've undertaken, which actually bring all the people, keep bringing them back to you?
Sure, sir. I mean, it's very, very important. Marriott as a company believes in something known as Serve 360. And that means that we take care of all of our stakeholders. Stakeholders doesn't only mean guests. It doesn't only mean the owners. It also means the community that we live in. So it's a lot of maintaining partnerships, collaborations. I'm going to break it up in three parts. We've got the HR piece that we really look into very critically. We have a project called as Project Parinita, where we adopt 2 or 3 girls per hotel across the Marriott system, get them into the system, we train them, we pay for their education, and then we absorb them into the system. We also work at Courtyard HEBBAL with an NGO called as Satya. It's part of the Shibulal Trust. We do take in people from there. They come from underprivileged families, but I can tell you that they do some of the best work. They're very loyal and they're very hungry and they're very passionate. We also have adopted a school over here called the Living Hope, and we work with them extensively. So actually they are the center of our celebration. So every time that we do Thanksgiving or we have a holy party or we have something else, we do call the children in. First, we will take care of those children. We will have a celebration for them, and then we have it for our guests. Over and above this, we also, from the HR perspective, give back to the community in terms of our time. We go to the industry. We do have a lot of guest lectures. We work with Christ. We work with IHM, Bangalore, and we go and spend some time with the people over there. It's very important that the next generation knows that this What we do is fantastic. It's very necessary that we get them in tune with how we work, what we think of this industry, what made us. You know, there are a lot of great stories out there. It's all about storytelling and inspiring them and hoping that somebody eventually comes and joins this industry. It's as great as what we feel it is, right? Over and above that, from the HR perspective, we move into the procurement. From the procurement, we also give back to the community by working with a lot of single lady stroke women entrepreneurs. And we've done a lot of our contracting, so we have them as vendors. Moving on from them, you know, we do a lot on the F&B space where we curate new experiences. So we call home chefs. We're a lot into micro-local. We call home chefs. We organize pop-ups. We not only put them at the forefront, but we also make a celebration out of it. At the end of it, the point is that you need to hear out what all this country has. If we have such varied options, we need to bring it to the table. And as a hotel, we have the privilege of being able to do it. So from our F&B offerings, whether at the Nazara or at the HEBBAL Cafe, we do a lot of the pop-ups and we call in the community at large. We've also got our own community builders as on social media as well as on the tech front. And we leverage those to be able to get the people in.
You know, I must tell you over here, what we take for granted is actually more than a luxury for most of them.
Sure.
We live in an unequal society where there are a lot of have-nots. I think we need to take charge of it and make the lot of their lives better. Thank you, Kadambari. Shyam, let me come back to you for the last question of the session. Sustainability practices. What sustainability initiatives have you implemented to align with global expectations and Bangalore's eco-conscious trends? Because most of Bangalore lives on water drawn from tankers. All right, handle that.
Right, sir. So the hotel is pretty new. It's just finishing a year in Feb next month. So whatever is required, I believe sustainability today is not something to talk about. It's just become a new norm, and every new hotel which is coming in, it's something like having a computerized check-in or a door key which is digital in a hotel. So sustainability is something like that. So very organic stuff like having an LED line, so water aerators in the room, renewable energy, regular maintenance of HVAC system, having recycling of your water STP plants, having rainwater harvesting in the hotel, and then collecting rainwater so that you can use it for your plantation. These are very organic, and the hotel has started with it. Added to this, the hotel also has energy efficient glass panels. So that's one good thing that we have, and everywhere in the hotel is sensor, including public areas and parking. So that helps us to save a lot on energy. And the produce, like one of us was discussing, how locally do you produce and how locally do you resource your ingredients from? And that's the first part when you open the hotel. The second part is how we engage the community. So recently for Christmas, we have done a Christmas tree in the hotel lobby, which was completely inspired or filled with Channapatna toys, which was made by a local NGO, which supports underprivileged women from Channapatna, which is about 80 kilometers from Bangalore. Okay. So, the toy story has traveled. We had a lot of corporates who have bought it. We also use it for gifting. End of the day, it's all about giving back to the people whom you're living with. And also, as part of Hilton, we have light stay, which is very, very important. And this is something which is accessible for every team member, because you have to make your team members part of your business. So as a part of light stay, we do have sustainability as one of the pillars, and then we have environmental social governance, in which getting the young audience into the industry and serving the local communities are some of the pillars which are into general managers MBO every year. So, when it gets into your KPIs and MBO, even general managers of the unit drive it, and this is completely accessible for every team member to see it. So what happens is, by empowering your team members, giving them information, making part of your business, it's a collective effort from the ownership, brand, and the unit, which we drive sustainability.
Thank you, Shyam. That was pretty good for a general manager who's been here under 2 months. Thank you so much. So with this, we close the show. Let me try and sum it up before I thank you all. First of all, thank you all for being here. JAIKANT,
Thank you, sir.
Virender, Aman, Kadambari, and Shyam. You know, it's absolutely an honor to be here. I mean, can I do what you people have done? Perhaps in the next life, not in this. So your achievements are worth, and you're worthy brand ambassadors for this industry. For all the wannabe hoteliers, look at these general managers. They're captains of their ship, right? They are the skippers. They lord over thousands of jobs and thousands of crores worth of assets. So they have big shoes that they filled in. So if you want to be in this industry, look at them. Aspire to be in their place over the years. First of all, choose hospitality. It's a great industry and a brilliant career. And there are many streams, not just general management. So learn about it and follow BW Hotelier. We shall bring you a piece with them. So JAIKANT, you've emphasized the importance of blending the iconic Taj brand with Bangalore's rich heritage, and you're in the thick of the action. Thank you for all your contributions.
Thank you, sir.
Sandeep, ITC Gardenia is a property that I pretty much adore. You know, once I get there, first time that I got there, I kept staring, you know, from all the greenery and all the openness that was there. You've highlighted how the concept of responsible luxury is a cornerstone for the brand's operations. And Virender, you've shared about the LEELA Bhartiya city. You've shared insights on how being part of an integrated over ecosystem shapes the luxury experience. You've got it all over there. The challenge for you was to bring in people from outside. And from the last what I hear, you're succeeding. JAIDEV, you've detailed how the brand is evolving to cater to younger travelers and business needs in this ever-changing city. And Kadambari, from Courtyard by Marriott Bengaluru, HEBBAL, you gave us a peek into how community engagement and premium experiences are crucial in such a competitive market. Entire Bangalore is competitive, like I've always said. And Shyam, a baby to Bangalore right now with less than 2 months. You know, you've emphasized the dual market business and leisure alongside the sustainable practices that define their operations. Thanks a pile. Now, once again, let me thank each one of you, and a brief for all the people who are following the show. We are doing 2 shows a day every Thursday and Friday, 4 shows a week, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Be there, follow us. We shall bring to you the best sessions with some of the best general managers who can compete with the very best globally. They will put forth their views. Today, they presented a damn good case for themselves. So be there, follow BW Hotelier. This show is webcast over bwhotelier.com, our YouTube channel, and across our social media. And last but not the least, thank you, Team BW, and thank you, Diversity. Before I sign off and before we close, we'll play the Diversity video, but before, go ahead. Thank you, JAIKANT. Thank you for being there, for your time. It's an honor to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you, Virender. Thank you for being there, JAIDEV. Kadambari, Aman,
Thank you, sir.
you've been
Thank you,
really-
Mr. Khanna.
Thank you for all your contributions and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Mr. Khanna. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Mr. Khanna.
everyone.
Bye-bye. God bless.